Coffee chats with Jersey on how to get over an ex or a situation. Let's go.
Good morning. Welcome back to Coffee Chats with Jersey. We're going to dive right in. I still have a cold, but I'm still trying to push forward. So grab your cup of coffee and let's go. Today we are talking about how to get over an ex or a situation. So if you're ready to get a couple of tips, girl, pour up your coffee and let's get it and let's go. Okay, I have my tissue on deck just in case I need backup. I would say, and we're going to just talk like we are talking like girlfriends. This is not a therapy session. This is just some things through my experience or me witnessing others. And I'm like, girl, you handle that all wrong. That's why you're going crazy. This is just like bouncing off of each other. So I definitely hope that each of you will contribute in the comments. When I tell you, you absolutely have no idea who you may be helping.
Deciding that
I've
you're
always
done.
had to come to a firm decision that I'm done. So I would say start off with truly making up your mind. When you're trying to get over someone, you absolutely cannot be Venus and Serena. There's no more tennis matches back and forth. And when I say that, that often happens once someone starts to talk nice to you, show a kind gesture, make all these promises on the phone, show up maybe today, and, of course, it's never going to show up for the rest of the 90 days because it takes 90 days for a habit to, well, they say 21. But in 90 days, a person has to show who they really are. But what we're talking about is people who have already shown you who they are, you're fed up with it, it no longer serves you in your life, and you absolutely have to put your foot down and do something about it. The way you do something about it is you have to come to terms and grips with, I am done. So once you're done, what do you do next? If you were in love with this person, if you share children with this person, you have business connections, it may be a little bit harder to break away than someone who's just single and winging it in life, right? They don't really care about too much anything, or there's no real connections that will cause them to always be in contact with this person. So we're going to have to look for,
Pray for help.
and ask for the help of the Most High. I don't know who that is for you, but everyone should believe in God. If you don't, this also may not be the video for you. I would definitely say go into prayer. Be very specific and clear in your prayer. Lord, I ask you, and remember when you're praying to God, He's not about any mess. So you're not praying for this person to get hit by a car or shot or killed and ran over so that you could be at peace and you could walk the earth and get over them. No, you're praying to be able to get over this person that no matter when they end up in your presence, they're no longer a drug or a fix for you. They no longer affect or tap into your emotions. So we're going to ask for prayer. You're going to be very specific in your prayer of what you want. Lord, I ask you to assist me to remove all feelings that I have for this person that draws me to them. Be there in my time of weakness when I feel like I want to pick up the phone or I want to be in their presence and things like that, right? So we're standing on, you have to pray. You need help. Sometimes you can't get through things alone. Everybody doesn't want to go to therapy, and that is my therapist. So if you don't know God, give him a try.
You must cease all communication.
The way I've been able to get over any situation I had to absolutely cease all communications. That is the hardest thing I find, especially for women, is not losing communication. Somehow, when people love someone or they're breaking up, they miss them, they still want to know what's going on with that person. You have to remove entitlement. You are no longer entitled to what's going on in this person's life. So if you're on their social media, my number one rule is change your phone number. If you absolutely cannot change your phone number because of children, and again, like I said, you guys are continuing business, something of relevance that you absolutely have to still communicate, then you need to make sure that you are limiting your interactions with this person to specifically that business or the children. With me, I'm going to tell you my rules. I changed my phone number. I cut you all the way off. There's no sneak texting through the night. There's no in 3 to 4 weeks once you've moved on or went to do what you felt like you wanted to do, that now I can call Jersey. No, you cannot. I'm no longer accessible to you. I am no longer a part of your equation. I am not your option. Once you cut off that, you also need to unfollow them on all social media. Who cares what they are doing? You have to put in your mind, what is it that they kept doing to you while you guys didn't make it? And how is it going to benefit you seeing him or her move on very easily, or out on a trip with the boys or the girls, or hand in hand and out and about with someone else? Because you have to prepare yourself that when the breakup comes, so does the pettiness. People will make sure they give you a show when they know you are watching. So close the curtains, okay? They don't want you. They're only mad they got caught. Keep that in your mind. And I don't care if he buys her or a diamond ring or him a new PlayStation. He or she didn't do it for you. They did not live up to what you say you needed and what you wanted in that relationship. So they do not deserve to rent any more space in your head, and definitely not your heart, for free. Let them go and waste time with someone else. You're already familiar with that and what it means and what it does and doesn't do in your life. So let them move on. It's okay. You're allowing them to block your blessing and your person when you keep them occupied here and here. Move on. Out of sight, out of mind is a true statement, honestly. Unfollow.
You must set boundaries with friends and family.
Unfortunately, friends and family play a part. Let's get into it. Okay. Sometimes when we break up, the family doesn't break up. You know how that go. He didn't do nothing to me. Oh, we cool, man. We've been friends so long. I don't know. I ain't got nothing to do with that. I'm not in between that. But girl, he's friends with my husband. How am I going to stop talking to him? Fine. Okay. You have to communicate to family and friends both your boundaries. Set your boundaries for interaction or speaking of or about this person, as well as them speaking on and about your life to this person. If you decide to interact with them, respect me enough that if you invite me to something, you notify me. If this person has to be a part of it, then you guys don't need me there, especially in the beginning stages. You absolutely need to be able to get over the situation before interacting and being around and in the presence of this person and being in an environment where you have to act like nothing happened. it's unfair to you. And if they love and respect you, they will do the same. If they have to be friends with this person, then if they're really friends, they should be able to carry on the conversation, hang out and all of that without even breathing your name, talking your business, giving anyone updates on you. And then they should respect you the same and not talk about this person, bring up what's going on, what happened, what you saw, what you heard. Who cares? I'm not of that, in that, and I don't want to hear about that. Make your family and friends respect your boundaries on both sides, okay? Let's move into the next subject.
Phone calls shouldn't be personal.
Phone calls. If we have children with these people, or like I said, we're doing business, make sure your phone calls are limited to exactly that. If you are calling about the car or the tuition, then that's all we need to speak about, love. After that, bye-bye. I have to go. And let me tell you another thing you don't want to do. Never display anger. Let's get into it.
Even if you're angry, don't show it.
Do not display anger. Anger only says to the other party, I'm not over you. I'm not over the situation. I'm still caught up. I still have unresolved feelings. You trigger me when you come around, and no one should get that power, okay? So what you need to do until you're able to even hear the sound of that person's voice and it not move you emotionally, it doesn't move you physically. Oh, I gotta go. They're here. Or you hear the voice and he or she is talking to someone else, and you're talking to someone else, but you're not even hearing them because you're so concerned with the update on what you can overhear about him or her, right? You have to absolutely make sure you feel nothing before you can be back in that person's presence if it's called for. If you don't have children or business, you don't ever have to see them again. And that is comfort for you, okay? That has nothing to do with, oh, I can't deal with it. I can't be around ever. No, I can, but why do I need to? What is the benefit of ever being in your presence again? And you definitely should never be blessed with mine. So I would definitely say, if you have to meet up because of children doing a pass-off, why not incorporate some of these friends that can't stop talking to them, or family members that have to know what's still going on with them and their new love and their family, and can't wait to try and tell you, well, hey, since you're still talking to them, he or she needs to pick them up by 10. Do me a favor, swing by the house, grab the children, their bags, and hand them off. Here's the list of what I require, what time they should be back, and everything that's needed. And I'll update you when I need you to meet back up with them, pick up the children, and bring them back. I say that may be best in the beginning if you know you still have a little bit of weakness for them, or they can still pull at those heartstrings, right? So definitely eliminate contact, especially if you're so physically attracted to this person. They know how to throw it on when they show up. They know your weaknesses. They know how to act kind temporarily and suck you back in. All of a sudden, they want this warm hug. I miss you. All of a sudden, they can compliment you when half of the time they didn't even do it in the relationship. But today, girl, you look good. Oh my God. They're having a special at such and such. They're having this and that. Did you want to grab a cup? No strings attached, just something to eat. Girl, he had years to take you out to eat. Dude, she had years to make you something to eat, give you a compliment. No, I don't need it. I'd rather eat alone at a table that I know I'm loved, which is me unconditionally, than to share a table with someone who is just trying to manipulate you so that you don't move on, so that you don't get past their toxic ways and connection and all of that. Let them pass that on to someone else. You're too good for that. Jersey told you so.
Be mature. It shows growth.
Lastly, my last point would be, if you have to interact with this person, said person, be mature about it. Show your maturity. If I have to interact with you, I have to meet up with you at some point, I don't have to be angry. And I can look at you stern, stand flat-footed or not, right? And look you in your face, have the conversation that has to be had. But Jack, there is nothing else over here for you and I. You're not triggering anything. I don't care about the licking of the lips. None of what you're doing. I don't care. I know what that has brought me in the past. And I'm no longer interested. I'm not buying it. And I'm not sure. I'm not angry with you. You can't move me like that. And girl or guy, even if you are moved, you have a few moments, you'll be back in your car. If you want to cry it out on the way home, show your strength on the front line. You don't ever break down in front of an ex. You don't ever show that I'm still battling, getting over it. Because remember, we're talking about when you know you need to move on. I'm not talking about someone that, well, if he would fix one or two things, we could work it out. You still over there playing with Venus and Serena. You still in your tennis match. I'm talking about the woman that say, hey, I'm looking for action, Jackson, or it ain't no action over here, okay? If you're not showing, he or she hasn't been able to show up for you, show the actions that need to be shown, not just verbally speaking and promising, we're done over here. And we just figured out how to get over an ex or a situation.
Now it's time to put these tips into action.
Congratulations, you are now equipped with a few ways of how to get over your ex or situation. I hope it helped you out. If you have any suggestions for any of our SIP squad below, let's interact, let's help each other. You may not be dealing with it now, but you have in the past. Until then, I'll see you guys at the next coffee chat with Jersey. You guys have an awesome day. I'll see you tomorrow.